So I know I'm lagging a bit behind the curve here, but I'm curious, how many of you guys knew that RWBY has a comic and that these comics are actually canon? Currently taking place between volumes 3 and 4 of the RWBY series, it's going to expand on the time skip that happened between those volumes. And Kerry Shawcross confirmed in an interview with the author that the events of these comics are in fact canon. There's 4 issues out of the filming of this video, with new issues releasing every week. In fact, the 5th issue might have released already. And, well, this gives me more information about the RWBY series to review and also learn about and expand upon what we know of the RWBY series so far, and maybe we can learn a thing or two from these comics as well. Now, the first issue, which we'll go over today, is simply a review of the events of the first 3 volumes. It is titled The Elegy, which, an elegy by definition, is a poem of serious reflection, typically a lament for the dead, which honestly describes the first 3 volumes of the RWBY series quite well, especially with how it all ended. Now, it starts off with RWBY as a young child, completely enamored with stories, reading them and telling them to others, but she realizes that she doesn't want to just read or tell stories. She wants to create her own. She wants to be a huntress, go to the same school that her parents trained at, and in the end, be able to fight alongside her family. But we are reminded very quickly that not all dreams play out as we intend. Summer Rose ended up passing away, meaning that the end goal that RWBY had can never fully be completed. But yet, part of her dream still comes true. She is able to go to Beacon Academy, and there she meets many new friends, friends that she never thought she would have. Team Juniper and Penny became very close to her, as well, and most importantly, the rest of her team. We are again introduced to Yang, Blake, and Weiss, who we as fans of the RWBY series are well aware of who they are, but it's always nice to give a little introduction in the recap. And then we are also introduced to Beacon Academy, that people have been named for colors, that back during the time of the Great War, art and self-expression was almost abolished and completely lost, that it was dark times, but still color and art remain. People are named for colors, and apparently so are the team names, though I think some of them may not be really named for colors. For example, you know, Team Funky. I don't really think Funky's an actual color, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And Beacon is a sign of what was almost lost, that it is a beacon of hope that, you know, everyone will still remain even after these dark times have happened. We are then also introduced to the concept of aura and semblance, the power that each individual has, unique to themselves, and also given a hint at the existence of magic and the existence of the 4 maidens. Team RWBY's dream is to be the heroes of Beacon, to be a team of huntresses and fight the evils of the world. And again, we are reminded that dreams don't always play out as we intend. The Battle of Beacon happens, and not everyone makes it out alive. People were lost during the battle. Pyrrha, Penny, and even Ozpin perished during this fight. And in the end, RWBY and Yang went home. Weiss was taken away by her father, and Blake ran away out of fear of what she might bring to her own team. Yang had to go recover, and the question remains, will we be able to recover? Will we go on? In the ashes of what was lost, new beginnings do remain, though. Team Ranger is formed with RWBY, Jean, Nora, and Ren as they set out to figure out what exactly caused this. Why did the White Fang attack? And that is where the volume ends, or the issue of the comic ends. Similarly, as all of the 3 volumes, in the first 3 volumes of RWBY, ended as well, with Team Ranger setting out on their mission. We obviously know what happened long after that, with 3 volumes being out as of the filming of this video. And although we don't learn anything new from this volume, or this issue of the comic, one question that comes to mind that I never really thought about is, how old was RWBY when Summer Rose passed away? Because in this comic, she's older than what I thought she was. Because in the flashback that Yang had, where she put RWBY in a wagon and took off in pursuit of her own mother, in pursuit of Raven, it seemed like RWBY was smaller than she is in the comic. I don't know if this is just an inconsistency, because it wouldn't be the only inconsistency that's in this comic. Because, for example, one of the final panels of the comic, where we see Team Ranger setting out, there's Tai Yang just waving goodbye to them. That's not the case. Tai did not give RWBY permission to go out on this journey. RWBY left a note and took off, as we saw in the series itself. So there are some inconsistencies, but yeah, it's interesting to think. It's something I never thought about, is how old RWBY was when Summer passed away. Was she just a small child and doesn't really have much of a memory of Summer? We know she has some image of Summer in her mind, as, you know, when she was fighting the Leviathan, she did get a very clear image of Summer Rose, which is the first clear image we got as the viewers as well. So I'm curious how old RWBY was and what memories she has of Summer Rose, because as we find out in later issues, she may not have known that much, but that'll be in another video coming out probably tomorrow or the day after, but we'll see what time allows. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys know that RWBY had comics and that they were actually canon, that it's expanding upon the RWBY storyline? And have you guys read them all already? Are you looking forward to reading more, as, you know, it does give some expansion on other events? Let me know down in the comments below, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you liked it and want to see more like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.